everyone, and welcome to the 5th race of the NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series here at Bristol. I'm Anthony Curry. Alongside of me is not Michael Norman this time. It's actually Levi McIntyre, who also commentates the Mobile One Cup Series. But today he is here with the trucks because I believe the Mobile One Cup has a bye week. So thanks for joining me, Levi.
Hello, people.
He is the voice of the Mobile One Cup Series and the Walmart Cup Series. Shameless plug. So, yeah, there's that. We are here at Bristol Motor Speedway under the lights for only the 3rd time this season, and it's kind of hard to believe that we're keeping track of how many races we run at night because it's kind of a running gag. So, yeah, that's a thing. It's the 2nd short track in a row. Bristol, we were in Iowa last week, and if you didn't watch the Iowa race or you didn't see anything from the Iowa race, my God, what are you doing? Don't even watch this race. Just go back and watch the Iowa race. You missed a ton of stuff. Ton of action. Huge rivalries coming into this race. Kyle Matthews and Dylan Poteet will be one of them, and one of the biggest ones. And the NNSCRA had to talk about what they were going to do about the whole pit road exit rules, especially under caution, because last week, I'm not going to spoil too much if you haven't watched it, but for all of those who did watch it, you know what I'm talking about, is that on the exit to pit road, there were some shenanigans involved, and they were wondering what they were going to do about that, so maybe the NSRA has revised the rule. Levi, what do you take on the whole pit road exit during cautions and having them have to stop at the end of pit road?
Well, it's pretty weird when you think about it. At any track, whenever that happens, it's like you never know why they have to stop, either because there's still debris on track or on pit road or got caught for speeding. I'm not sure. And I will say this, like it happened once before in one of my Walmart Cup races at, I believe, Spartan, where there were 5 cars stuck on pit road, and it was after the first caution on like the 2nd lap, and the rest of the race was spent under caution, and I don't know why. So yeah.
Things can happen in this race that we've not seen before. This is the first time that we've been to a track that's under 3/4 of a mile, so these trucks are gonna go back to the old fast short tracks. Iowa was really fast. We were able to get up to 150, 55, I believe, down the front stretch. Not so fast here, but it is the fastest mile-and-a-half racetrack in the world, so there's a lot we could expect here in Thunder Valley. But Trent Dunham is on the pole. This is the best qualifying effort Trent Dunham's had this season. Obviously, it is the best qualifying effort that you can get in this series other than the pace truck. But he is starting on the pole alongside of Dylan Young in the 3. Now, Dylan Young has had an up and down season. He was involved in a crash at Daytona, but still rallied back, finished in the top 10. He had a pretty interesting Rockingham race, and then we moved on to Texas, and my goodness, who could have ever predicted Texas was going to be a highline battle for the entire race? He didn't really get much ground there, but he did have a pretty decent qualifying, or not qualifying, but finishing run. And then Iowa happened, and everything happened. And like I said, if you're still stuck on this video, why are you watching this video? Go back and watch Iowa. Jeez. Anyway, let's go to your starting lineup, and because I am lazy and don't feel like doing a whole lineup thingy-mabob, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way like we used to do it back when in our 2003 races were still in their primitive state. Trent Dunham and Dylan Young on the pole. My goodness, camera angles. Carson Gum and Sean Galligan will make up row 2. Sean Galligan, the Daytona winner, he got a good qualifying run here. He was wrecked last week, so we'll see if he can bounce back from that. Bob Jones, the former points leader, not the points leader anymore, but with a good run today, he can retake the points lead. And then Megan Atkins will be to his high side. Luke Martin, 3rd in points, starts on the inside of row 4, and then it's James McLeod to the high side. Zach Chambers and Charles Jackson. Jonathan Zorine to the high side of Ian Dutta. Brandon Nichols and Jessica Shelton. Jacob Lawler, who won last week at Iowa. Spoiler alert, that's who won. Jacob Lawler. And Jackie Tang. Then Matthew Dalio, Danny Wells, Levi McIntyre, I know that guy. and Henry Sanford, Zach Campbell, and Mitchell Riggs, John Arndt, and Dylan Poteet, who we need to watch out for because him and Kyle Matthews may still have some tensions from last week. And this is another short track, so we'll have to watch where those two are running in relation to each other. Oreo Pollard, the points leader in the Ford, that's on a Toyota chassis, so that's kind of weird, I guess. And Mason Powers will be to his eyesight. It's Cole Daly, James McLeod, Benjamin Miles, Eric Burton, Jake Baskinger, Eric Enrage, Austin the Plant, Pruitt's Little John, Chris Washer, Nick Smith, Zach Rogers, Kyle Matthews, who we need to watch out when they get around Poteet, Eric Powers, Seth Cole, Blaine Keys, and Brendan Berg. That is your starting lineup for today's race. Now, one of the things that we definitely need to look out for is on this track, as we go to our bowl cam, as I like to say it, is you see it's really small. If you know Bristol, it's really small. And these trucks go really fast, and they are not the most stable of things to drive. So we'll have to watch out what these trucks will be able to do in terms of stability. Now, Levi, we've seen some great racing at Bristol. What do you think we're going to see today?
Hopefully not a wreck fest.
Yeah, we're all hoping for that.
Yeah, because anytime in my series or anytime I try to record at Bristol, it always ends up being a wreck fest.
Well,
so just hoping we don't get that here.
We'll hope that we don't. One pace, well, it's not even a real pace lap, it's a get on the track and go kind of scenario. As Trent Dunham will be the pole sitter. Dylan Young, two big names in the NR 2003 community, will get us underway. Pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn down to the front stretch pit road. And we are green.
Boogity, 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 let's go.
Man, I love that. Man, alright, well, we're underway. Dunham gets a pretty good jump over Young, who is now in a battle with Carson Gum, who got around Galligan. And whoa, here comes Galligan slicing to the inside, trying to get a run on Gum. And it looks like...
Garson. Oh.
I knew you were going to make that joke.
He's probably going to comment saying, hey man, what the hell?
What the heck? Oh well. It had to be made. I was holding my tongue trying not to make that joke, Carson. I really was, but sorry. Couldn't last forever. Oh well. Anyway, Carson will be in third, then Galligan slips into fourth, and Luke Martin, who is also in a position to take the points lead, will be in fifth, and it's a side-by-side battle between Megan Atkins and Zach Chambers. Never mind. Looks like that Atkins will get in. They are 3 wide back here. This is not a very good scenario. Especially if
usually 3 wide don't work too well at Bristol.
Especially if you're that car in the middle. Whoa, and Dalio almost got a piece of Cloud, who spun down the backstretch last week.
Indeed.
And Lawler, who is last week's winner, is trying to get Claw's way back up, but like I said, that's the most underfunded truck in the entire field, yet it's already won a race. And I think that Lawler could be in a very good position right now to gain some ground in the point standings. In fact, I think he came in like third or second in the point standings. And if he can get claw his way back up and try and get a good finishing position, then he will possibly take the points lead, as well as a lot of these other trucks like Bob Jones, Luke Martin. A lot of these front runners in the point standings are really good in this race, and that's really nice to see that they are doing so well. And I cannot believe it. We are single file. We have not had a wreck at this track yet.
Yeah, it's a shock.
Now, I dare not look at the back of the field because it probably looks terrible, but, well, not too bad. There's Poteet. Poteet's falling down. Uh-oh, look who's in front of him.
Oh, gosh. Matthews, this is not going to be pretty.
And the only thing separating him from Matthews is that silver truck right there of Mason Powers, who I'm sure doesn't want anything to do with whatever this is forming up to be.
Right.
He's going to go underneath Mitchell Riggs. Now, the benefit of this is that Mason has put himself in between him and Matthews and Poteet, is that now he can try and advance his positions on the low line, because that seems to be the best way to get around if you're side by side. And once they get single file, it's kind of hard to pass. But so far, so good. And,
Indeed, it is. And now Matthews,
Yeah.
Seth Cole, it looks like.
yeah, he does. He goes underneath Cole. Cole's not had a very good
But
season at all. Whoa, I was about to say, it looked like that Matthews is going to, Powers is going to pass Matthews, and now there's 3 trucks separating Poteet from Matthews, and that would be Powers, Ray, and Lane Keys. Well, it was Brendan Berg, but not anymore.
Right.
There are still 2 trucks separating too, so for now, they're fine. We'll come back later and take a look at what they're doing. 3 wide almost. Not quite.
Good.
Yeah, good. That's a good thing. Don't go 3 wide. Pretty much from there on out, it's single file until you go all the way up here, and you find these 2 leopards battling it out. Cole Dally and what was McLeod, but now McLeod is following the clutches of Benjamin Miles, who was trying to make a pass on him into turn. I believe it's turn 1. I think they all look the same. Yeah, that was turn 1. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between these tracks where these turn. Whoa! McLeod got the wall.
Oh, McCall!
Wow.
He about came down at 14 truck.
That could have been catastrophic. McLeod does not need another incident happen to him between now and the end of the season. Dude, I think that may have knocked the toe out of line, because he's having a hard time getting around the track now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's maybe a little on the loose side. But they have snaked around, and they are now single file. Has anything happened up at the front? There's Young. Yep, Young is keeping pursuit of Dunham. Now, with these trucks battling it towards the back, they're running considerably slower laps. Will these leaders catch them, and will we have a typical Bristol where we're running into lap traffic all the time? Because
Right.
that could be a huge possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, right now it's the number 18 Tempest for Toyota leading the way, and right behind him, Dylan Young and the Bash Pro number 3. Now this is the best run that Young's had all season. Now, if he can translate this into a top 3 or even a win, then he could boost his point standings up considerably, and he could possibly be the one to watch next week. And I don't even know where we're going next week. We may be on a bye week next week, but so far, Young has been doing really well. And how about Carson Dunn? This is the best run that he's had all season since Daytona. And he was involved in a couple of wrecks at Daytona, so this is a pretty good run for the 52. It's kind of funny seeing someone else in the 52 car instead of Seth Cole. Usually that would be Seth Cole's truck, but not this season, as Seth is in the 62 instead of the 52.
Right.
So
The trademark 52 for Mr. Cole.
yeah, I mean, there must have been something contractual-wise that they couldn't solve, so they had to go to the 52 truck. But nonetheless, there is Sean Galligan, who won at Daytona and had a pretty up and down season since then. He led a majority of the Texas race, but then pit stops, shuffled everything around after a caution happened, and he fell back to the 30s. But now he's running 4th in the drive-tight Ford. And him and his teammate got into a bit of a skirmish last week, so hopefully they're not anywhere close near each other, because that could translate into something epic. But right now they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then back here, Luke Martin, who I believe is the rookie points leader. And after this race, I'm pretty sure he would be the rookie points leader, because he's the highest running of all the rookies. Behind him is Megan Atkins, who is, I believe, 2nd in rookie standings at this current moment, with Luke Martin in front of her. And also Martin has a chance to take the points lead. I believe it looked like that Carson Gunn was trying to make a move on Dylan Young, but not yet. Still single file. Now where is the back end of the field? Henry Sanford's at the back end of the field. And they just crossed the start-finish line, and man, Trent Dunham is right behind them. There is Sanford just going into 3, and there is Dunham just heading into 3, so they are pretty much in the same turn.
So they're about to catch lap traffic.
Pretty much. Let's see what the lap times have been looking like. Well, Henry Sanford has been lapping faster than Dunham, so we can say that. We go to our aerial, or not our aerial cam, but our up high cam, or spectator cam, if you will. And you can see the.
And by the way, yeah. And by the way, where is Mr. Austin LaPlante?
Oh yeah, we do need to look at LaPlante, see where he is. But right now we got to fight for position on the racetrack. Sean Galligan's tired of waiting. He's going to go and try to get third. Looks like he's going to translate from third place position. So let's go take a look at Austin LaPlante, see where last week's winner is running. 16th. Not bad at all right now.
And LaPlante also is the current points leader in the Mobile One Cup Series by 1 point over rookie Austin Mongold. So far LaPlante in Mobile One Cup has had a very good start to the season.
Doing good.
But for trucks, yep.
That is, it's good to see LaPlante doing good in both fronts of Mobile and Truck Series. Now, it's kind of hard to follow the Snickers Cup Series now because of the 3 races on one screen. It's kind of hard to follow that series. Don't worry, this series is still normal. I promise.
Yeah, but it's like the one thing people could follow was the Daytona 500. Because it was all just one. Which I ended up winning, by the way. No need to be arrogant, but I did win the Daytona 500.
That's no problem. I mean,
yeah, and not to mention me and you drafted together a lot in that race too.
I'm surprised that Seth didn't even mention anything about the 2 new commentators in the NNSCRA series who are drafting each other at Daytona.
Yep.
Pretty sure that didn't need to be said, but whatever. I still found it really cool. But and you did end up winning that race, and I ended up where I always end up at Daytona, in the garage, early.
Yep, but yet Daytona is like good and bad for me. Good because now I won the 500, but bad because I remembered my rookie season in Oreo trucks. I had probably the craziest wreck in Daytona history.
I will admit that was pretty bad. It was probably worse than the Kyle Larson incident in 2000, whatever it was. But
13.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just get slammed right in the right side, and I go up 15 feet in the air.
The only wreck I can remember that was worse than that, and it wasn't even at a super speedway, is a long time ago, back when we went to Homestead for the finales of the Snickers Mobile and trucks. It was in the Mobile One Cup Series, and it was my brother who was involved, driving number 8 back then. It was the DEI car. That was back when I just realized that was in season 1. Holy crap. But that was in season 1. And it was on the backstretch at Homestead, and I don't know what happened to lead up to it, but all I remember was being on the backstretch coming out of turn 2, and all of a sudden I see this bright red car flying up in the air, almost going over the fence in the infield. I'm not even sure what happened to lead up to that incident, but it was definitely interesting as we're watching this battle between Blaine Keys and Pruitt's Little John. They're almost through.
Yep. And this is at the very tail end of the pack, by the way.
And this race has been going on by really fast, and I'm not even sure if these guys are going to have to make a pit stop or not. The way they're running
I'd say they may have to. I say they may have to, maybe in like the 50s or something like that.
Right. So the way they're running right now, they're not really showing symptoms of. Well, they're showing symptoms of getting slower because they're running almost 3/4 of a second slower than they were at the start of the race. But pretty much right now it's pretty mellow out. Let's go see, just for the heck of it, let's see who our fastest lap belongs to. And it belongs to the, speaking of pit stops,
Yep, there they come.
The
Dunham
leader
pulls out
pits.
in. And it looks like he's the only one.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I don't think this was all that good a strategy.
No, because who knows, when everybody else pits, he may not be the leader.
That is a very, very true statement. Who is the leader, I wonder?
And it happens every.
Oh, there they go.
I would say, oh, there's Riggs.
That's Riggs and who is else? That's Henry Sanford, Brendan Berg, and everyone else. Oh,
Everyone else is
screw it.
coming.
Everyone else is coming. There's the points leader, Oreo Pollard. I don't even know who the leader is right now. Let's quickly take a look at that. Well, I was about to say the fastest lap goes to Cold Alley, but okay, the 52 of Carson Gum is the leader right now, and he is still on track.
Yeah, he's gonna stay out and then come and pit whenever he wants to.
And there he goes.
So you better be careful. And now here he comes. I was about to say, he better not stay out too long, otherwise he'll run out of gas.
And as he pits, Ian Dutta exits, who was last place. So let's follow Carson Gum, who is the current leader. Now, unlike in probably the Mobile One Cup and the Snickers Cup, these trucks have to go around the entire pit road. They can't just enter into their individual pit slots. They have to go around the whole pit road. So it takes quite a long time. It's basically the entire length of the racetrack. And it all matters on how fast can Carson Gum get out. Can he take the lead of the race? Or are we going to be under caution? We're going to keep an eye on our pace truck to see if we go under caution. As you can see in the background, all the trucks slailing around. No left sides for Carson Gum. That is a very interesting call. Is there a problem on the 52? A really slow stop.
Maybe they didn't get all the fuel in there and they had to try again.
He is out. As you see, the field is pretty split up, and I think I just saw Dunham go by. Yes, Dunham. No,
so I think
don't tell me Lawler's the leader. He's not the leader. Who is the leader? Oh, Young is the leader.
Oh, wow, Dylan Young.
So what happened to Dunham?
Yeah, where is Dunham?
Okay, let's figure this out. What? Oh, he fell back to 6th.
Oh, he must have had a slow stop too.
And he is really far away from the leader right now. And I believe Dally is going to be in 5th. He is. He's shot up to 5th. And Oreo Pollard shot up to 4th.
Oh, points leader is having a good run going now.
Dear Lord, he had a lightning fast stop if he was able to get up all the way out of 20th to 4th.
Yeah, he had to.
My goodness. Megan Atkins is now 3rd. Carson Gum is now 29th, 1 lap down. That was a very slow stop for the 52.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Carson Gum.
Sorry, Carson. Oh man.
Maybe his stop was slow because his condom broke and cum went everywhere, and he had to clean it up.
Oh. That's a very good possibility.
I feel like a complete douche.
It's alright.
But hey, it's what I do. It's what I do. But anyways, Galligan's 2nd now.
Galligan was 3rd when they started.
My old teammate from the past.
Yeah.
My old teammate from the last 2 seasons of Oreo trucks.
Not anymore though. I think you drive for 2 completely different teams now. But you are still in a Ford, so your Ford Alliance is kind of still strong. But right now it looks like that Young is very content on running behind these soon to be lapped cars. They're not quite lapped yet, I don't think. Now this looks like a typical Bristol race, and we're coming down to 10 laps to go. And in amazement, no caution.
Yeah, somehow. And thank goodness too, otherwise, oh my god.
It was a caution fest at Iowa. And I think they didn't like that kind of a race, and so these drivers are probably being a little more careful because of it, and I applaud their efforts in being careful. And now Dylan Young's going to go to work on some of these lap trucks to maybe put himself in a good position in front of Galligan, but trying to get around these slow trucks, and oh my goodness, Key's almost gotten to Mason Powers.
Oh, crap.
And now, like I said, I'm sorry, that was Jackie Tang, not Lane Keys. Those trucks look very similar. But now it's going to be Dylan Young getting around, and now Galligan's got to move to the high line. So now he's got a few trucks in between him. Oh my goodness, never mind. Here we go. This is what I was fearing the most. Lap trucks causing havoc with the leaders.
But hey, we are almost through with the race, so I won't have to deal with them long.
These laps are wide. Oh no, 3 wide. Leader up on the high line. This isn't good.
Oh, wow.
And to the inside goes Galligan. This is a battle for the lead.
Yeah, Galligan trying to make a run for Young, but Galligan's slowing back a little bit.
It's down to 3 wide again. Whoa. And now
Young about.
And here we go.
And now there's
this is it.
This is the first time all race that we've had a battle for the lead on track.
Indeed it is. And it looks like the Galligan's going to get the position. No, but look how strong Dylan Young's truck is on the high line.
Yeah, if this stays the rest of this way, they may be side by side to the checkered flag.
Yeah, because they're still side by side.
Unless Galligan can get him clear off of turn 4 here.
And he does.
And he does clear him, so Galligan up at the front now.
And he brake checked Young, and it kind of slowed him up, and now that's going to allow Mason Powers to get to the inside. As far as I'm concerned, Galligan's home free.
Pretty much. Because no matter what, if a caution comes out, the race will be over.
That is true, and Young is on the worst end of the racetrack right now. This is it. I think that put the nail in the coffin, because now Young's falling back into the clutches of the lap down trucks. 2 to go.
2 laps to go.
And in front, it's not clear racetrack, but it might as well be for Galligan as they come around. Galligan's going to receive the white flag. He could be our first repeat winner of the season if he keeps this run going.
Indeed he could.
Down backstretch for the final time. A caution-free race. And Galligan, using the help of lap-down trucks, will go to victory lane at Bristol. The Sharpie 200 is his, and he wins it.
Yeah, that is history-making for me personally, because first time ever I see a caution-free race at Bristol.
Holy cow. If you go back in NNSCRA history, tell me and show me one race that we went caution-free at Bristol, and I will take back what I'm about to say, but the first ever caution-free race at Bristol in the NNSCRA as a whole, not just the Oreo Truck Series. I'm talking about Snickers Cup, Mobile Cup, Amp Energy, you name them. First caution-free Bristol race. Wow.
That is impressive.
That was a good race, and it all came down to the end of the race when lapped traffic got in the way of Young. Young would have had this race won, I believe, but Galligan was persistent, and he used the lap traffic as his to his advantage. Now, the all-important matter of finding out who the points leader is after this race. Trent Dunham got his way up to second. We didn't even see that battle.
No, we didn't. Nope.
I guess Dunham was close. Dunham was close enough, and he rallied his way back from 6th to 2nd. That's pretty good for Dunham. And he got around Dylan Young in the process, and while we were focusing on Galligan, but it was to our benefit. It was with 5 laps to go at Bristol, so that's you do the math. But my goodness. So Galligan wins, Dunham second, and Dylan Young Trent Dunham second, Dylan Young third. Now, Megan Atkins, I believe, is going to take the points lead in the rookie standings. However, if you see right there, in 5th position, that number 66, Oreo Pollard, he is still your points leader with a 5th place finish, and he is going to have a boatload of a points lead over Bob Jones, who I believe is
Indeed,
just
he will.
who I believe has just moved into 2nd in the standings. Holy
Mm-hmm.
cow! Take a look and see where you finished. Seth Cole gets his way into a 17th position. That's I think his highest finish so far this season. Down there, Jacob Lawler, last week's winner, finishes 23rd. Not exactly a good race for him, but considering what could have happened. As we go down here,
Indeed.
you can see down here a load of lap down traffic. Henry Sanford again with a terrible race. That guy can just not catch a break.
Yeah.
Luke
He's kind
Martin.
of like Dylan Young in Walmart Cup Series almost, or
Luke,
Charles Jackson.
or yeah, or him, or anyone, or me for that matter. But Luke Martin is going to get 37th, who came in closing in on the points lead. Not going to be able to capitalize here today. Bad pit stop for the 54. A lot of these drivers were not lapped down when they. Oh, well, all of these drivers were not a lap down when we went to the pit cycle. In fact, Carson Gum in 29th, he was actually leading when he pitted, but he had a really, really slow stop and fell a lap down and almost went into the top 30, but just barely made it into the top 30. And Levi McIntyre, who was not running considerably well, but was within contention if he could have gone on the pit road and made a move on pit road, he could have possibly been in a running for a good finish today. James Qualls, James McLeod, all these. In fact, every driver from 26 on down was probably. I mean, I saw Mason Powers towards the back, but he did make a good run back to the front, and all these guys did in fact did go a lap down because of slow stops or whatever have you. Dylan Poteet finishes 21st. Now, where did Matthews finish? Because I just want to see how close they were to each other. Matthews finished
12th.
12th, so they were quite a ways away from each other.
Yeah.
But for all I know, they could have been a pack of cars and they could have seen each other. But they did not have any sparks fly tonight. We had a very mellow race tonight, a very consistent race tonight. And I think that this will go down in history as the only Bristol Motor Speedway race in the NNSCRA as a whole that has gone caution free. So, my goodness.
Yeah.
What a race. A history making race, I believe. I would like to thank Levi McIntyre for joining me in this race because I knew he wasn't going to have a Mobile One race in a while. I think he wasn't going to have a Mobile One race in a while, so I was going to see if he wanted to get on some action on another
Yeah.
front. And I thank you for joining me, Levi.
No problemo.
And go and subscribe to his channel. It's a Thrash Maniac 99. I'll put a link in the description. I know I say that a lot and I actually don't, but this time I will because he is a NSCRA member and I should have been doing this a long time ago, but I wasn't. But
Yeah,
regardless,
I put your link in the description of the freaking mobile one.
I know I keep looking at the description of your races. I'm seeing mine in there, and I'm like, and I see yours and mine in there, and I'm like, oh, why am I not doing this? So I will do it this time.
um,
Don't worry, I will. And I'll go ahead and pop mine down in there, and I'm gonna do a shameless plug because it's my race. I can do whatever I want. Go down there for World Endurance Championship action getting started very soon, and a lot of other videos that I've been putting out this year. I know I didn't put out a whole lot of videos last year because the videos I did put out last year took a considerable amount of time to actually record and edit and do all that doodah. But I promise I will be putting a lot of gaming videos, a lot of races, World Endurance Championship, maybe even a couple of other special races. The 2 hours of Daytona may be returning for the NNSCRA on this channel instead of the other channel like it was the last time. 2.4 hours a day, 2.4 hours of Le Mans, part of the World Endurance Championship, NC Jimmers 500, and all those other good races that nobody really likes, but they watch anyway. So,
Right.
anyway, I'm Anthony McCurry, and he's Levi McIntyre, voice of the Walmart Cup Series and the new voice of the Mobile One Cup Series. I stole your shtick and I did it for you. I'm sorry.
Well.
But I remembered it.
No.
And we will see you next time. And I don't know where we're heading next time, but by the time I edit where we're going next time in the video, at the tail end of the video, you will know as soon as I know. And we'll see you next time, wherever we may be. I'm Anthony McCurry. Until next time, adios.
Do you like that?